be up chatting for Saturday night. Um, if I see anybody come through, we will definitely be on and be talking. Go for like an hour or so. But if I don't see nobody, I'll call it a night. Then I just assume the people's out partying and doing their Saturday night thing. I don't know what's going on TV wise. I don't know what's happening. I'm not really catching much of anything. I was watching Underdog today. I was watching Rasheed Wallace, and he was talking. And the cat asked him, said, "Well, what do you watch on TV?" He said, 80% is cooking shows. I said, "Yeah." I said, "I co sign that." I said, "Because sports be so whack most of the time. I mean, it's hard to watch the NBA, and the news are bought and paid for, so they don't really go nowhere. So it's kind of like you pretty much seen the same old same. So it's really not a lot going on. So just kind of like, channel surfing. So most of the time with the YouTube. So, obviously, but there's not a lot going on regular TV. So just kind of like let that thing slide, you know. So, you know, kind of don't really waste most of my time with that. Um, Most of the best stuff I see is on YouTube these days. Everything's on computer based content anyway. There's obviously we have to deal with certain amount of filtering and certain things that definitely the powers that be how they want stuff to go. But there's a lot of the stuff that you will just not see anywhere else that you can find here. And there's a lot of topics and stuff that goes on. So, you know, again, like basically what I was summarizing, talked about Kevin Durant. He passed Carmelo up. So his next person is Shaq eventually. And Durant's career, like I said, it's a very complicated, interesting path because yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, he's a top tier player and all that, but it depends on where you got him ranked. I think some people got him ranked anywhere from, I don't know if he's 11th ranked. I'd say anywhere from 12 to about 22. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. How do you rank players? What's your criteria? You know, does he belong with the best of the best? And that's a debate, you know. So jury's out on him, but he definitely is top tier. And there are tiers to this. And I think that if you're one of the top, I don't know, if your criteria, so they're now going up to 75 graders. So I think I'd say roughly if you're in that top 25 to 30, well, that's top tier. But there's probably about 12 or so of those guys you can say that they're the greatest ever. They make debates. So all depends what your criteria is, you know. So, there's a lot of debates about certain players and, you know, so it all depends on what your, you know, who and what you think fits that bill, you know. It's excuse me. Got that out the way. Pardon me. No COVID. I got my mask over there, so I'm on the screen, so no one got the splash. Just saying. Got face guards. But it all depends what your criteria is. All depends what your criteria is. It depends on who you debate. Um, we talk about different things about what player ranks and how they rank and, so on and so forth. But, at the end of the day, it comes down to, you can throw names out there and you can debate where you think they rank. I mean, everybody has different criteria. Mine's a little bit different because I look at certain players, I look at impact, I look at how they dominate, I look at what they say. And that's why Steph Curry has to be in the top 10 because he's got the same amount of rings as LeBron. He has better winning percentage than LeBron, and he's had more of an impact for what he did. So he has to belong. To me, all depends on what your criteria is. There's some people that rings work for, rings work against them. You know, um, it's kind of like what is your criteria? So there's a lot of debate going on. That's the fun thing about it. We do that more with basketball than any other sport, though. There's no football debates. There's no, you know, what's up? What's up? How you doing now? What's happening? Glad to see somebody came through. Please donate to Skip D. Feel free to ask questions. Glad to have you. I'm always glad when someone comes through. Um, just talking about these top 10s and these top 20s and how people debate who they like. Some people they want, some they don't. So it's all debatable. It's the same thing with music. You know, now we're doing it with football, quarterbacks and stuff. That's a debate. They're hot topics. Some debates, certain debates there are. So, you know, but everybody's got like a different take about who they think is the best and all that. What's happening? How you doing? Glad to see you from Germany. Always welcome anybody through. Good to see you. Feel free to come through. Got any questions? Want to chop it up about whatever? Feel free. I'm always glad to always welcoming people, and conversation is always welcome. So feel free. That's why we got the live chat. It seems like on the weekend. Well, right now, relocated in England. Right now. And was from the States for the longest time. But now crossed the pond. So yeah. And part of Germany you from? 'Cause I heard a lot of interesting things said about Germany. So feel free to fill me in. Yeah. So my late father-in-law was in Hamburg. My late father-in-law was in the hospital. And as a matter of fact, that guy happened to be at the hospital, was in Newport, part of England off of. Okay, cool. Glad you came through. Feel free to come back again. Yeah, so um, I happened to see him a few times, and David Eicher was he came through. I was I wasn't. We weren't formally introduced, but I was told that was him. So it was kind of like I heard a lot about the guy. So seemed like a really interesting person. So, mhm. So, just still learning some different things. But yeah, I got hip to what he's about. I believe so too. I believe so. I know in the States with everybody, the migrants and everything stocking up, it just seems like it's inevitable. It just seems inevitable. I think that's what they want. There's a certain sector of people that are gearing up towards self destruction, and they're looking for you know, yeah, yeah. Well, it's crazy everywhere you go. We got migrants in the States, um, Texas in different places. And if you're watching the news and stuff, I mean, there's protests everywhere you go. Um, you know, it's always something happening. No justice, no peace. So the rally cries is alive and well. So, it's one of them things where it's pretty chaotic these days. And people in the States are stocking up on weapons and stuff because they, with the whole politics and everything being driven. So it's a lot of stuff because I spent so much time over there dealing with, people got their agendas. So you got to find a way to maintain. Heard some good things. I heard some things said about Hamburg though. Yeah, a daughter from back in the day, long time ago. Long story. Long story. You know, kind of like everybody got like a past life. So yeah. What about yourself? Got any children? I only love the forest. I'm no city guy. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I understand that. I happen the way I grew up. I happen to part the way I grew up in America. I had to deal with both the city and the small town, and I had roots in both. So it was kind of like an interesting ideology because of family and stuff being structured. So I had the best of both worlds with that, and I get it in both ways. I get it. City can be overwhelming, can be quite. Um, the electrolytes can really trigger you because there's so much going on. Small town could trigger you too because everybody in your business and it's things you got to kind of be hip to. So they both have their pros and their cons. But I get it. I definitely get it. I never heard anyone just say they love the forest, but I understand what that means because I know low key. And the thing is that you can take technology wherever you go. You can be as remote as you want to be. So I get it. Trying to see if I got any questions. Sometimes this thing as long as it don't freeze up. Okay. See if anybody got anything else. Hope everybody don't freeze up. I just want to see if anybody got anything else to say because I don't want it to just, you know, give it a couple more minutes. If feel free to ask any questions, I will be on until I see anybody, you know. Okay, I just want to see if anybody gonna say anything. I'll give it a little bit more. Hmm. All right, I think I'll cut it because I don't see nobody say anything. But glad you cats stopped through. Appreciate your peace the best. Stay up, stay warm. Um, I might come back again, but gotta have a flow of questions though. But I do appreciate the ones that talk though. All right, I catch you. Peace.